Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to be doing some event variants. Yesterday we unlocked Raceland and Flanks Desmond, but we're going to be knocking out event variants. We'll have to do Trials Day in about a little over an hour. Although, I mean, we've done enough damage to finish Tiamat off, but we're gonna take care of that. We're just gonna try to speed up the process a bit. I think people were asking like, how long are we gonna keep playing this account? And I think we're almost done. I don't think we're gonna keep gem farming. I mean, I think you know we got a lot of stuff today. I think I don't know. We get the giveaway and all that kind of jazz going on. But I think showing that this progress completes tier 10 of trials pretty quickly. We only had one hiccup on tier 9, and that wasn't even our fault, right? Like that was just other people in the group didn't have the damage, but we did. So I think that shows that this works really well. Unlocking Elminster is just a numbers game. I'm not interested. You just collected champions, and that's pretty straightforward. We don't really have to show that off. We finished a tier 4 variant in the last event. Like not tier 4, like all of tier 4 for a single champion last event. So we know our damage and overall damage and progression is fine with this kind of path we chose. We're gonna test our might here and see what happens, but we definitely cleared 1600 with no restrictions in a free play. How a series each wave creates 3 to 5 rooms. I'm gonna see how bad these are. That one just seems like it's gonna be slow. Ooh, strength 16 or higher could be rough. Oh god, yeah, and we're missing like so many. Who thought this was a good idea? Wow. Wow. That's disgusting. All right. Let's see. War of the Lance would be good chance don't read it. You know what? We're just gonna try it. We're gonna hop in and try it. And we'll see how far we get. I didn't try to flex based off trying to complete everything. Hey, here we go. Here's the giveaway on Epic. Race and Gale, Spurt, Briv, Eliwick. Guess what? We had them all already. But the 32 platinum chests for each we did not have, right? First potion of the Gem Hunter. Hey, there's Rocky, the Baz Draconian familiar. Ever wonder what it would look like? There you go. And what's the last thing? I pushed the Gold Hunter. Yeah. Interesting that they did a give. What? Okay, it's just triggering multiple times. They did give away, and we had every champion. We had every champion already. Why is... Oh, it's the rocks falling on him. I'm like, why is he dying? Hello, Rats Cat, Star Chaser, Javik, J-Dog, Dance Lover, Tehor. Did I share the peeps with my mom? I asked her if she liked them. She said her sister is the one that really likes them, so they're bundled up and they're going over there. I don't know when. Whenever my mom takes them over there. So how do we... Here's the problem. You've got to use this guy. This guy. We should gear him up. All right, we didn't gear him up yesterday. So as always, we start with trying to get greens or better out of electrums. There's 2. Nope. Nope. Oh, there's a blue. I didn't want that, but that's fine. There's a green. There's a green. Did they land in the right places? They did. Okay, the blue landed where we needed it, at least. Okay. So now we can do gold chest. Wrong gold chest, Scarlet. But that's okay. We'll get these out of the way. See if we get... there's a feat. If Raceland, no, it's for Dark Urge, so I don't care. I don't care. Don't care about that either. Okay, here's there. Gold Raceland chest. So this will have a blue in it. There it is. Oh, 2 blues. Jeez. Okay. Hey, Lee. Hey, Delcoon. 2 blues. So now we're up to 3 blues. There's 4 blues. There's 5 blues. Okay. So we're only missing 1. And it's Savant, but that's fine. I feel like for this one, because they're requiring them, we kind of should have started with the lower level ones. But I don't care. Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to come over here. We're going to go chests. We're going to erase them. We're going to buy a single pack. There. Get rid of the silvers. Here we go. Ugh. No. Okay. Didn't fall in the right spot. We still have a green. Oh, dang it. I knew we were going to get an epic. I was hoping it would be nice to us. It was not. Yeah, this blue will go where we need it to. There we go. There's Savant. Okay. Now, Platinum Raceland chest. I'm just going to open them all at once. Bulk. Not even look at it. No, I don't want more. Raceland, item level 409. Shiny one on debilitating magic and the ultimate cooldown, so they were not really where we wanted them. Hey, Silo. So now he has the power, hopefully, to try to be the DPS for this. I don't think it's gonna go well, though. I'll be honest, I really don't think it is. He's gonna need a very specific group of champions to make him function, and it's gonna be the Heroes of the Lance. I just don't think he's got kind of what it takes on his own. Yeah. And I saw someone describe him yesterday in a way that made total sense. And that's that he gets stronger based on the more special he's treated by the people he's with. Which is true. He's like, I want buffs. I'm the only one that wants it. Give them only to me, and I'll do a better job. Give them to other people. Why would you do that? Like, that's what he's doing. That makes so much sense. So much sense. I kind of, sort of, want to use Baldric, even though it's maybe not the best choice, but... Alright, we're gonna try this setup. We got 7 over here. All right, well, we'll do 7 stacks. We'll see what happens. We're obviously gonna have to level them up. Hey, at least 30 steps across the quad. So these two, I guess. For now. For now. Let's do. I guess just an hour of potion. All right, we got a lot more chests to open.
A little bit of blizzard in my life, a little bit of blizzard by my side, a little bit of blizzard is all I need, a little bit of blizzard is what I see.
Lee, thanks for the lizard. Much appreciated. All right, there's all of those. I gotta tell you, folks, I feel like I'm dealing with the after effects of all those marshmallow peeps yesterday. I feel hungover. Did not sleep well. It was just a lot. It was a lot. Idiot control, 80 steps across the quad. You're getting there. You're almost back to your clothes. Hey, Pogo. Okay, let's drop these other chests. So we had chests. Here's the this is the important one. The important one is Eliwick. But get this out of the way. Those are the important ones. Priv. Spurt. Okay. Oh. What do we got? Oh, epic for a bunch of people. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Briv, of course. Of course it missed shinying Fear Dinner Axe. But hey, we've got full epic on Briv. Oh, and he hit his soft, he's hit the cap there. And I mean, so did they. So we're going to get some blacksmithing contracts back off this. Where's Spurt? Spurt did not get full epic? What? What? It doesn't make any sense to me. Gale. Gale got it. And he got triple shiny. Yeah. Still not going to be super useful. So what we want to really see, though, is what happens to Eliwick. Eliwick only has 3 epics she needs. Yeah. And we really, we would love to get this one, Fortunate Soul. The others we don't care. We got the epic we needed the other day. But what we want to see is this hit the point where it's going to give 100% gem boost. Which, we figured that out by tabling it. In her guide, let me pull that up. I need what? I need 775 on a shiny on an epic shiny. So just gonna pop it. We're gonna see where we end up. Full epic. 710. Ugh, so close. Oh, that one went over. That's why it got way too nice. That one got the 1,000. Everything, oh my god, everything else. So rude. So rude. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. I'm upset. But it's fine. I'll have the blacksmithing contracts for it. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. We'll get her there. We got a bunch of these. A bunch of these. We're gonna put this. Where is she? Shooting for that one. Yeah, so did not a lot hit that one. Let's just dump it all. Ugh, 726. It's gonna be slow going, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Alright. Alright. Rude. Galandros asks, if you're not really interested in racing, the right move is just to save your event currency for an event you are, right? Well, I don't know that that's... There are people who do this. And, you know, ultimately you can do whatever you want. Just because Raceland isn't strong right now, or you know, someone using it right now, doesn't mean that there's 5 more Heroes of the Lands coming this year. So they are going heavily into the Heroes of the Lands for an affiliation. I would still say you still want to get, you know, decent gear. It doesn't mean you go all in and try to dump like everything you have on him. You know, but there's also other champions you're picking up, right? That you're going to want to gear out. I mean, I flexed Desmond because I was all like, well, Desmond's only got 1 epic. We want to get, I mean, it's the right one. Lament the Lost is the one you want, but when we use Desmond, we're going to really need the power of Desmond, so get him some more gear, right? And that's what you're using all of these tokens for, is really to kind of get as many champions geared up and towards full epic as possible, because then that just makes it easier when you buy patron chests and you pop patron chests. There's less epics in the pool, right? Because you removed them with your event tokens. So that's really what you're trying to do. Oh, I just realized I didn't turn there's the code is on now. Sorry. Code is on. So that's what you're trying to do really with your event currency, is try to get everybody as geared up as possible, like as equally geared as possible, so that, you know, the rest of your progress, you know, outside of events is still solid, right? Okay, so there's not a sentry at the moment. Can you tell me why you level her first? She's a speed champion, so she has a speed effect under Echo. It's resolution. If she has not been attacked in the highest unlocked area, there's a percentage chance that the quest requirements in the next area are reduced by 30%. So it makes it easier for you to move forward. I don't need her in this right now because my Human is super buffed from last event. But it's habit that I put the speed champions in and build a speed champion formation. Like, that's just the way it is for me. So she would be helping us go faster if Human wasn't currently OP. Human's buff will fade though, so. And I don't put her in the front because I want that speed effect to trigger on every area. Do I have my Dev Insights questions prepared? That's a good question. I actually have one for this week. Let me go look that out. My question comes from a video I watched yesterday. Having sent Idle Champions seasons to live on a farm upstate, how does it feel to see D&D officially adopt the concept of seasons for how they release content now? Because that's the thing. That's a thing now. D&D has now adopted this, like Wizards of the Coast and D&D have adopted the concept of seasonal releases with themes. And I just cracked up so hard when I saw that. Still lots of epics and champs I use often. Spending anything that's not. His gold chest feels like it might be back. I mean, look, here's the thing. Like, you never, like, the whole point of this is to gear up, like, either to pick champions that you need, or to gear up ones that you already have, right? So if you're not using your event tokens, to a certain degree, I mean, you know, it feels like you need to. My recommendation is to always try to use them. When I'm on a permanent play account, like when I'm on my main account, I definitely recommend just getting everybody to, like, if I don't have them full epic, you want to get to full epic on everyone. Again, you're making it easier for you to full epic everyone else. Even if you're like, well, I don't even use this champion that much. Like, if you own them, or I don't know. So like Desmond will get used for me. Like, this is the only way I can describe it. I flex Desmond because I know Desmond will get used. And I know that spending event tokens on Desmond, if I were to continue playing this account, would be a wise investment, right? Raceland with the giveaway got me to full epic, so I don't have to invest anything. In Raceland, I can focus on Desmond. But even if Raceland hadn't, I would still have at least gotten Raceland up to full blue with 1 purple. And any new champions I unlocked, I would have done the same thing, because that's super efficient. Everybody can get, 5 blue, 1 purple. Everybody. Super easy to do. That would have been the least I would have done. And then I would have gone and tried to split, and I would look like who's super important. Well, Desmond. And then I'd chase full epic on somebody that I think is super important. Beyond that, no. You're really just chasing full epic. You're really just chasing full epic, unless there's someone that you know is a big deal with item levels. And then, yeah, you might as well dump the rest of your tokens into them. But otherwise, you can get item levels any time of the year from blacksmithing. Right? Like if this was a permanent play account, Volo, would get picked up, and I'd try to chase a full epic on Volo because he's real strong. Or Kira. We got a bunch on Gale, so I would have probably, then the other flex would have been Orkira, and I would have tried to get full epic on her, right? Like, you want to spin those. But once you've done that, then you hold on to them until you get the next champion. And Deacon's going to come out. We don't know what Deacon's going to look like, but, maybe I want full epic on Deacon. I don't know. Usually I don't spin the event tokens until after I've done the variants for the champion, though, so that I know where their earnable chests fell. Like, what did I get out of that? And then who should I focus on next, right? So, yeah, that kind of stuff. So however you want to do that, like, just, as long as you're keeping those things in mind, and do whatever you want to do. Well, it's your account. You're the one making the decisions. I could use gear on the other champs I'm choosing this event, but it seems like I can only buy race and chests with event currency. That's not true. So we go here to chests. Raceland shows up, but so does anyone you flexed. So see, I've got Desmond. So if you haven't flexed anyone, then it won't show up. But if you click on them here, again, I'm going under chest. Desmond is here. This has nothing to do with the event, so it's just here. Event bonuses. You can buy gear for them with the event tokens. Until you flex them, you can't. You have to flex them first. But yeah, it's going to be everyone. So Deacon will show up here in this list. You might have to scroll. Deacon will show up in this list. And so will anybody else that's from the event. You're only looking at the event page. Yeah. No. That's the chest page on the store. Yeah. It's all good. Again, they don't make it super clear for you, right? Like, they don't sit here and go, hey, go to Desmond, buy chest. Well, I guess buy chests. Well, yeah, if you click on buy chests from Desmond, it does work. So you'd have to come to this and then click buy chests and it'll take it. But otherwise, it looks like, oh, they've only got like stuff over here for Raceland, right? So you have to go into buy chests, right? Like that's where you have to dive in here. And then this will take you there. I actually forgot this button was here. I was like, they don't put a buy chest button, but they do. It's right there. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. So even I missed that. Yeah, I'm just 242. I mean, he just doesn't. Well, I mean, we don't have a lot of going on here at the moment. That's an E23 buff. I mean, this isn't the worst, but it's also not amazing. You know, knowing right now, well, I don't know what Kazrin is without the rest of the fallback. So, but I keep going back to like you gotta consider a full affiliation together, like a modern affiliation. We don't know what Raceland's going to put out once the rest of the here's a Lancer with him, but you're going to compare them to the fallbacks, and the fallbacks together as an affiliation create, along top of everything else they do, they create an E60 plus buff for me on this account. Yeah, I only have 2 intensity stacks, so this isn't helping at all. Yeah. Oh well. I'm not super worried about it. Oh look, the Draconian ended up on Raceland. Look at him, look at the chunky boy. Look at that chunky boy. All those unlocked. Hey, Brutalix. Yeah, if Tasselhoff has tech, Ron says, if Tasselhoff has tech that prevents people from getting positionals, it might be easier to set something up with Raceland. Yes, and that is, they have spoiled that. They have leaked that that's how Tasselhoff works. Hey, Arson. I want to say thanks for this. You're welcome. I'm glad I helped. I'm glad it's helped in some way or another. I mean, it definitely gets you progressing. As we can see, we're in tier trial. This is Exalted Legend is the highest tier of trials. We're gonna complete it. We have more than enough damage in this group. This group's wrecking it. But also, we've contributed solidly. I mean, we're now at the lowest end. But to be fair, we're probably the newer account in here. So, yeah. As long as you can do all your dailies, you're contributing. On tier 8 right now, it's basically done. Awesome. Awesome. Tier 9 was the one that where we ran into a speed bump, and it wasn't our damage. We did all 7 days. I did all 7 days. But following this kind of path, you'd have all 7 days. We just got bad luck with other people not being able to do their dailies or choosing not to. I don't know what it was. Doesn't really matter. We did the second one and we blew through that one, so it was fine. It was fine. One thing I just realized we haven't done yet is we've got 60,000 scales that need to be spent. But again, I think we're basically at the end of this playthrough. I think from this point on, it's just more of, you're just going to do trials every week. You do your weekly forge runs to upgrade legendaries. I think once you get your primary team to level 10s, remember, we're not quite there yet. We're at 7s. 6s and 7s for things. Once you get everybody up to 10, I think you stop at 10. And you start working on patron swaps, like your secondary team. And for, you know, the backups for trials and patrons, so that you can complete that kind of stuff easier too. Yeah. Chelsea, you know, again, if this was more permanent play, I'd be doing a lot more patron variants. You know, we've been knocking out the gem farming, so the passive gem farming you just keep dumping into your speed teams. Eliwick is almost done. Sentry is almost done. Human would be next, although they've got this buff going on for a while, but we'd want to try to get them to their cap before that wore off, so that when it wore off, they'd still be real solid. And then if we wanted to chase Briv at that point, we'd start chasing Briv. Right? Like what's Briv up to? No, still 0 to 1, 84% chance. So not even at a guaranteed 1 yet. Whoops. We didn't care. Ratscat says, if I'm going to cast main, would the fallbacks be a good backup? Sure. I mean, I think the fallbacks are either a good main or a good backup. They've got a lot of power, so yeah. I don't see any reason why not. Don't see any reason why not. I mean, basically, you just want to find someone. Well, here's the thing: what you'd want to find out about, like, to figure out why not, if there is a why not, it would be: are they going to get removed for the same reasons Cass would get removed? And I don't think so, but I don't know. Right? That's what you want to figure out. Well, but it's, you know, so it said with fallbacks, Cassian will become your backup. But you can main whatever you want to main. That doesn't mean you have to, you know, main the one that's going to give the highest damage. It's about having fun. So whoever you want to main, go main, right? All right, we need more buffing. We need more buffing. So how do we do that here? Raceland, maybe Halson? Frog? Buffer? See what happens here. You go Halson or Minthara for a full Dark Urge team? It depends. Are you going good Dark Urge or evil Dark Urge? Because Halson only buffs good, and Minthara only buffs evil. So if you swap between them occasionally, then you might need both. I'll be honest, I don't like building around the Dark Urge, so I don't know what the optimal choices are. I just know that he's either good or evil depending on your spec choice, and so you have to base it off like how you're building your formation usually. One says, is the Dark Urge build around DPS for adversaries? Dark Urge the build around DPS for adversaries. That's not really how the adversaries work. Adversaries work like they do in Baldur's Gate 3, where your choices on who you want to put in your team affect who else will work well in your team. That's the reality. So like you could try to DPS with Lae'zel, you could try to DPS with Karlach, you could try to DPS with the Dark Urge. Depends on what you want to do. I can tell you that Karlach doesn't care about being in an absolute adversaries party. Her tadpole ability doesn't make her a better DPS. It doesn't make her a better anything. Honestly, they kind of swung and missed on that one. So that's why you'll see me and I run her and I don't even really use the absolute adversaries for Karlach. If you're running Lae'zel or the Dark Urge, you want to use absolute adversaries. You want tadpole. So it depends on, who you're going to do. I will say the Dark Urge just, while his passive is interesting in that he can go all the kinds of places, that doesn't mean his damage scaling is amazing. Yeah. But he and Lae'zel both want tadpoles. Both want tadpoles. Yeah. Because the thing about the Dark Urge is that while he can go everywhere, he can't bring everybody. He can't bring his absolute adversaries everywhere. He's a party crasher. He's not also a party boss, right? So just because he can go places doesn't mean that the people that best support him can go there too. And that creates a fluctuating functionality. That's kind of like one of the reasons I do like Karlach in this game as a DPS is because she doesn't care who's buffing her. So even in restricted variants, as long as she's available, then I can just put the best buffers that are available with her, and she's super happy. She's super happy to go out there and smack things in the head. She doesn't get super picky. Dark Urge is nice in the beginning when you have a few options, but nothing you want to invest into. Tales of the Champions gives you Cass, and Cass is, Cass is strong. Like they're giving you champions now right out the gate that are strong. So, like, here's the thing: Dark Urge. We did a comparison a few playthroughs back. Dark Urge versus Karlach. Dark Urge had better gear and item levels, and Karlach still outdamaged him. Karlach was like in full blues. Dark Urge was like full epic, and had better gear, and Karlach still outdamaged him. Like, his strength truly is, like, I can go everywhere. What are we at now? We changed this formation a bit. Did we get any more? Nope. We went down a stack. Nice. Yeah. This guy folks. This guy. I don't know. Hey, Canterbeam. So we did 1,000. We're trying to see if we can get to 1,600. I don't think we can. I'm being honest. I mean, we don't have the damage for it right now. And I'm not sure. You know what, let's just stop here on 1169. Seems like a nice place to stop. And try to just take a look at our options. I mean, these aren't good options. I mean, I don't know, what's Halson throwing down? E13. Yeah, we only got to 8 stacks. What would Spurt throw down? If we do this, he's now got 4 stacks. Whee! What's 4 stacks do? A05, no one cares. E9. He's more helpful with this the stacks, I feel like. The 3, yeah, 327. And we just dropped through the floor with Halson. So, you know, he helps with the stacks. So we'll go back to Spurt. I don't know. Drop a hammer on him. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be your option there. We could try, well, no, not in that setup we can't. This needs to change. Because that wasn't a great situation. Human wasn't. Human was just giving us speed. And we could go back to Dragon Bait. Yeah, I don't see us getting there. I don't want to waste our time. 350s isn't enough. Like it's not even close. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put Raceland in the event champion list. Got so distracted yesterday. I went to go open the guy and not there. E429 is what we need. And we don't even have the E376 here to complete the second variant, so yeah, I think we're good. Alright. So we got 3. The Raceland would be max tier 3 completion. This one wants Raceland all the way in the back. Man, okay. Hey, there's a bunch of animals. Yeah, they want this going on. That's a pretty solid looking model for Fizzban. Makes you wonder, right? Makes you wonder. Why, do? This would be like this. Um, not great. That's not great. All right. So to get, we need, you know, we want to at least get to 800. That's pretty straightforward. We'd only need like E215 for that, but E376 would be the goal to get tier 4. We're already full epic because of the giveaway. We got lucky there. Yeah, that's fine. Artemissive says, I'm debating putting Legos on Dungeon Master so it feels less bad when I have to use him to pull someone in. Yeah, I mean, yeah. 'Cause at least then he'd be, you know, contributing some legendary bonuses. It's just, that's a much later decision. So, like, yeah, if you're on a well-developed account, sure. Why not? Why did that enemy walk all the way through the formation? That was weird. That's because it's got about my level 8 legendary push, and should it go for cast or good support? I mean, if you're going to be a cast DPS, throw it on cast. Because then you know it absolutely will buff cast. Whereas the support, it can randomly go to something that doesn't buff cast. Malik asks, who do I recommend for pushing the enemy when Azaka farming? Watch an old guide for Havalar slow, which doesn't work now. No. So if you're in a Azaka farm, there's other ways to gold farm. I mean, Azaka is still a big one, but if you're in a Azaka farm, Vi is actually, you use Vi to turn one of the enemies into a crystal sphere that just sits on the ground, and then you kill everybody else off, and then you farm that sphere. You just swap Vi for Azaka, the sphere stays there, and you farm it for gold. Yeah. I never did the pharma boss. Like, I don't care about the pharma boss thing. I think that's, I know there's like a blessing for it or something, or a perk, but I don't care. It's just too much work. But I'll be honest, I don't even use Azaka farming anymore, and I haven't since Turn of Fortune's Wheel came out. Yeah, I do dirty gold farming. Less work, almost, you know, good enough of a reward, in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, the Havalar thing doesn't work. That got nerfed a long time ago. And everybody's like, well, Azaka farming's over, and I was like, no, we did it before Havalar. That was just easy mode, so, you know, there's still ways to do it. Every DPS, Iliandris, every DPS champion buffs themselves. Every DPS champion buffs themselves. So like, if we look, where is Chaos? I can't. Reckon there is. Male, human, int 15 or higher, strength 15 or higher, and he's melee. Right. So he would buff himself. But if you look at this, like, hey, look, female, human, con 13 or higher, wisdom 13 or higher, chaotic. They all buff themselves. They you know, because it would suck if they didn't, right? Male, human, strength 15 or higher, dex 15 or higher, evil. Where's Jarlaxle? Male, elf, drow, and 13 or higher, con 11 or higher, evil. Ritz doesn't matter because he's not any good. Wait, no. Yeah. So everybody, all the DPS. That's what I said. Like your first, if you're gonna go all in. Well, not all in, but if you're gonna like focus someone first, in just making sure that they have legendaries, your DPS champion is a good choice because all of their legendaries are gonna affect them. When you start dropping them onto the supports, though, then it's like, you know, hit or miss, and then you might have to reforge at some point, right? Just not early on. A bit of a waste early on. Yeah, I don't know. This is broken because they're just walking right through the formation. That's not supposed to happen, folks. Also, I'm super worried because the damage that we're throwing down is not great. He's just a man. Raceland on his own is just not good. We got 7 stacks. Hey, it's the highest stacks we've gotten so far, but on his own, he's just not great. And this restriction is not great. Only champions that have positionals. Thanks a lot, jerk. Well, no, they're not dragons. They're draconians. And hello, high explosives. But no, they're just walking up. They shouldn't go anywhere past the front line. They shouldn't go anywhere past the front line. Oh, hey folks, update. We got two milestones done. We did the Pete mukbang yesterday. I'm still suffering the after effects. Feels like. And then we did our Idle Champion Familiar giveaway yesterday. And we're almost to stream starting an hour early for the rest of the month, which I'm glad we didn't hit yesterday because, man, I needed some extra sleep today. We still haven't gotten to spin the wheel yet. But, you know, we might make it there at some point. It was just an extra thing. I figured, hey, if people do a lot of bits, why not add something in for bits too? Why not add something in for bits? I gotta sit down and make the lizard clip that Lurking Rider did bits for. Gotta work on that. I made sure Audacity was installed. I just gotta pull up the song, work on editing it. Did this 2 or 3 earlier and just used another DPS and treated him like an escort slot. I might have to. Yeah. How sad is that? So I think I'm last. I hope I remember correctly that you said on the last stream that you might do a dismantling of a champion. Yeah. Let me figure out who that is and we'll do it. Basically, you're looking for somebody that like you invested some legendaries into, but then you've changed your strategy. Like, okay, Lae'zel would potentially be a good choice, because the reality is we were using Lae'zel with the fallbacks, but then Dinar came out, like the Dinar rework landed, and he's way better. He's way better. So I could use this like this level 6 somewhere in the fallbacks, and it might be better. Also, this level 5 on BBEG would be useful. You know, so I can pull this power somewhere. This level 5 on Strongheart could be useful somewhere else, right? I can pull this legendary power and I can put it on someone. Like I could throw, there's 3 things I could throw on Dinar, and suddenly my fallbacks formation would be much better. That's what we're looking at. Can I get to them in this? I don't think I can get to them without changing the time. You know what? We're gonna drop it. And I'll do it. So if I want to move this BBG power somewhere, I just click Legendary Dismantle. It's going to tell me, hey, this is going to go from a level 14 with a legendary effect just back to a level 14 epic. And you will get a level 5 legendary potion you can use anywhere you want. So I go, yes. And you've got to hold this one down to confirm. Now he's back to just normal, and now I have a level 5 legendary equipment potion. So then I can click on that, and I can find whoever I want to put it on, which would be Dinar. Oh, yeah, one of these. So it'll only let you put it somewhere that has a lower than 5 legendary effect. And then when you do that, if we then close out and come back here, now I've got a level 1 because it swaps, it doesn't add. So it swapped the level 5 for a level 1, right? When I then did that again. So what else did I say I was going to do? Oh, Lae'zel. I can't bring Lae'zel in right now. Dang it. Believe me, I wish I could. But yeah, so you're looking to do stuff like that, right? Like figure out whose power could be better used somewhere else. Oh, Strongheart. I bring Strongheart. Anakin. So there's another level 5. Yeah. We come over here and we go boop, and boop Dinar on the snoot again, and now we're back to 2 level 1s, right? So you're looking at stuff like that. Does it also swap the effect? Oh, sure, it re-rolls. It rolls an effect for Dinar, like it would. Yeah, it's changed this because it's I believe. Well, I wasn't paying attention. This one is all Dragonborn. Let me get another one. If they didn't have, like, if you were putting a legendary on someone fresh, like it was just an epic, it would obviously roll a new one. I'm not sure if it just levels it up or re-rolls it. Let me find. Man, I really wish I could get to Lae'zel right now. She's got the 6 that I want. The 6 that I want. Yorvin has a 6 though. Yeah, and he's in Kazarin's slot, so let's just take his. He's got a 4, 6, and 2 froggies. So it does do pigments as well. So that's important to keep in mind, because you can move pigments around too. Okay, so this said Dragonborn. Yep, it stays Dragonborn. It just levels it up to the higher level. And now we got froggies to put somewhere as well. I mean, we could just put them all in Kazarin. There we go. So yeah, that's what you're looking to do. I mean, you know, again, I think we're pretty much at the end of this playthrough, but if I was going to try to optimize this, I would definitely pull Lae'zel's off. I'd put that 6 over here on Karlach. Who else? There's a 4 on Halson that needs to go away. There's a 6 on Cathris that needs to go away. Like, it'd just be better somewhere else. Like, that 6 come over here on Kazran. Like, that kind of stuff, right? You can move things around like that, swap it. This is a great time to do that. Yeah. And again, any froggies, if you put froggies somewhere that you know, maybe they shouldn't have gone. Maybe we're suboptimal. Maybe you put them on core or evergreen champions. Pull them off. Do a legendary dismantle. It'll pull the froggies off. Put them on something useful. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, Shevik. Oh God, I gotta thank you for reminding me. I need to subscribe to Apple so that I can watch the streams. I put it off until it was starting. Until it was starting. Bundle Peacock and save. Do I care about Peacock? I mean, I guess not like the worst thing. I'm like, I don't know. You know what I need to check actually before I actually pull the trigger on that is if my TV should get the Apple app. I gotta make sure it does first. That would be awkward. Hey, Mango. Two 40s, man. We're gonna have to just. That's barely beating tier 3. You know what? You know what? Raceland. Raceland, you're an escort now. You're an escort now. Who else can we get all of the fallbacks in here? We can, right? Yes, we can. Okay, so if we turn this into a fallbacks formation. If we turn this into a fallbacks formation, what does it look like? More like this. We need to use... Oh, we don't have Valentine. Fine. Should still be okay. Wait, do I have Brave? We use Brave instead of Dragon. Okay. I need like one more. Oh, let me just do Carla. Yeah. Stupid Raceland. I just who did I choose something for? And I don't think I chose a bad. I think I chose a bad. It's fine. Honestly, this whole thing is bad. Look at that. Damage is up. We just treat him like he's an escort. I'm still getting an E50 Uggy buff. Yeah, I mean that's just ridiculousness. That's just ridiculousness. Oh, it was Anson. I want to look at Anson's again, right? Yeah, we would want 6 over here. Yeah. E54 on key, sure. So something's, wrong. When you just treat the main champion as an escort and just bring in a different group. Boy, 100 steps across the quad. They did it, folks. They made it 50 steps across the quad, slapped their hand on the wall, ran the 50 steps back to their clothes. They've been streaking. Yeah, Raceland is like, you just have to, he's so special that everyone just ignores him. I want to be treated super special. See you, buddy. We don't care. You hang out in back there with Bizban. And we'll just ignore you. Oh, no. I get why they brought him out first. He's a big name. But it's a problem that he doesn't, like, he clearly needs other people. So I feel like we all got to cross our fingers that Tasselhoff comes out next month, because it sounds like he's the one that's going to help make Raceland functional. Like, really make him functional. Or at least help really make him functional. Bot selling is yesterday's code. Bot, what are you doing? Oh, I totally... You know what happened? The dashboard updated. Oh, that wasn't correct. The dashboard updated and I didn't update the code. Now the bot will tell you the right code. Or it should. Yeah, Catherine came out in the middle of the fallbacks, which was good because you at least got to see some of their affiliation power when she arrived, and then she just got better as the others started arriving. King doesn't affect Catherine. I know, Gennady. I can't. Normally I would throw Valentine in here to stretch it, but I can't. The problem is I guess we could do it this way. Yeah, this formation wouldn't let me put her here. Could still be, 54. There, that's better. I don't know how far we're gonna get anyway. This is just a real bad. I don't think we still don't have the damage to get where we need to go. To tier 4. We're gonna be stuck on tier 3. So we're just going to 800. I'm hoping we can, we can finish. Yeah. But we wouldn't be able to finish tier 4. Had to type in the code from the screen like a peasant. Ugh. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. So it looks like Kazrin for this account would be a tier 3 completion at most. Because I just can't rely on him for damage at all. It would be one of those where maybe next year, after the Heroes of the Lance came in, then he'd be able to complete stuff in his own event variant. Because yeah, right now it's just bad. Start over an Epic instead of Steam. It was worth it. Oh, okay. Well, it always kind of depends on how much progress you have, but it's also your choice. Did I see Mars's cosplay this morning? No, I slept in because I felt like last night I had trouble sleeping. Like all those marshmallow peeps just wrecked me. I think it was just a sugar overload. I could not sleep. And today I feel like I'm hungover or something. Like I have this weird fog. It's a peep fog. So I did not see anything. Yeah. Only played a day on Steam. Oh, okay, yeah. Then you absolutely switching to Epic is better. Yeah. Sugar Crash, I guess. But like, why? Yeah. I lay in bed for a good 4+ hours without being able to fall asleep. It was rough. It was rough. And it's Thursday. Normally I stay up and I watch Critical Role. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. I'm going to bed early. I'm going to bed early. We did like a blue robe? I don't know what's going on. Is that I can't remember. It's been a long time since he played he cosplayed as himself, as Marsyre Eskliner. See, I'm yawning. I'm yawning. That's how wrecked I was by those peeps. I need to clip that segment from yesterday and highlight it. Is that what he was doing? He was doing Marsyre Eskliner? Okay, cool. I don't want Kazran and Tess swap. I was trying to move Kazran to get the King of Shadows buff, and honestly, I should just left her where she went. This formation is not. I mean, look, we're treating at the moment. We're treating Raceland like an escort NPC. But I can't get everything. I just got to give up on stuff. So it is what it is. The reality is I was getting a better buff, I think, by just absolutely ignoring them, which is sad. Wasn't I? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're not. This was the point. Here's the thing. Here's the sadness. Building a shitty formation around the fallbacks here instead of using Raceland as DPS is better. No, you never put Anson in the front. You never put Anson in the front. Just like you never put Baby in the corner. I don't even ignore Savant. It's not even about Savant. It's just ignore Raceland. He's garbage. Until we get the Heroes of the Lance, he's just not any good. He's just not any good. So where are we going? We just got to get to 800. We got more than enough damage to clear 800. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I just kind of, again, I'm in a weird marshmallow peep haze. I just swapped Kazran because I was like, well, then they'll be getting that buff. The issue is normally I would have Valentine in for a weird formation, but she's not allowed here. So I don't have any flexibility. I don't have the flexibility I would like. I probably could have just built a Karlach formation. Right. I don't have Duke, but it doesn't matter. We have the damage to get where we're going because we're not going to be able to get higher than tier 3 on this account. Everyone says getting quite a few kinks and bugs today. Well, events can do that. Camps getting dropped from formation, chests not opening. I mean, you've restarted your client? Have you restarted your client recently? Like as in today? People haze all in my brain. Why are these marshmallows making me insane? Double restarts? Yeah, I don't know then. Yeah, it could be that there's a lot of new people hammering the servers, but I don't know. I haven't run into any of that yet, and this is on Epic, so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely bugs in some of these variants where like we were watching that Draconian that was just on the screen, like walk through the formation, which is not supposed to happen. It's not just because you're on. I mean, it's look. This is a promotional to try to draw people in on Epic. If they could do the giveaways on all the platforms at the same time. If platforms liked that kind of stuff, they'd do it because it brings players into the game. It would absolutely do it. Platforms want exclusivity. They want exclusivity on giveaways. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, we'll do a giveaway. You just can't do giveaways anywhere else while you're doing a giveaway with us. Like they've got all these weird exclusivities. And you can't just choose when you're going to do a giveaway. So on all platforms, like Steam, Steam wants it, in certain. We're doing these groups, and that's the way Steam likes to do it. But Epic, they can, this is one of their weekly giveaways. They could, they can finagle this kind of stuff every now and then, but can't do it every way. There'll be one on Steam, and everybody on Epic then will get upset that, and all the other platforms will get upset that they didn't get it. It'll happen. Hey, Sergeant. Just want to know what his Flames of High Sorcery is supposed to accomplish, especially capped at 50% health. Is that the one that casts the fireball in the next area? It's just supposed to soften up enemies on the next area, but 50% health doesn't really mean much, right? Like we know this. Just a thing. It's they were trying to tie in like his ability to see the future or something, I guess. I don't know. Does he have that ability? It reads like he has that ability. That's what's going on there. They're just trying to get lore, like represent him in the lore some way. Enemies are either one shot or require bud. That's not. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that statement, but it's fine. Again, they're trying to bring the lore of this character out through the abilities, and it doesn't really matter. Like they can't, do outrageous amounts of things. They just have to represent it in some way. Right? Again, his power is going to be coming through Savant. Really, right? We just can't access that yet because nothing in the game works really the way that he needs it to yet. But we know there's champions from the Heroes of the Lance that are going to change that. They're just not here yet. Well, hit-based bosses are dismissive. Yeah, if we weren't able to test it, we didn't test this, but if a hit-based boss starts with 50% of their health segments, that's nice, but that's very situational. Not going to change armored. Like it's not going to remove segments on armored. What it would do is lower the damage threshold required on armored. But again, 50% health isn't the major thing we think it is, because we're dealing with large, scientific notation numbers. Did we figure out what the icon is models for? The hell, the fire hell? I have no idea. And there's nothing in the game that explains it. One of the constant criticisms of this game is like, what do the icons mean? I don't know. Like sometimes we can intuit them, but I really have no idea. I really honestly have no idea. Yesterday it was disappearing. Can I move? Oh, I can move him around. I didn't realize I thought he was stuck back there. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Hey. No, that didn't. How did that just lose everything? Is it a visual bug? It is, okay. Alright. That's better. That's better. Oh, but we're not getting Larkspot. It's still better. Feels like, I don't know. We're not, oh, we're already done anyway. It doesn't matter. Get out of this hellhole. Okay. Yeah, this one's a more normal one, but honestly, I still think only Raceland champions not next to him can deal damage. Okay, so you just throw him in the back, and then you fill your formation with people you actually care about. Doesn't really matter. This doesn't matter because we're not using him. Just race along as quickly as possible, and then see what happens. We're only, I mean, I only care if we get to 600 here. I think we can get to 1200 on this one, but we'll see what happens. Flame should be his herbalism trigger? I don't know what that means. I mean, I'm not hitting ultimates, so. Isn't herbalism only affect him if he's... Yeah, if he's using if we're using an ultimate? And it's not the fireball, because it would have turned off there. I don't know. I was hoping that what it would be was a number counter for Savant. I think that would have been way more useful. I don't understand what the purpose of this is. Whereas a number counter for Savant would have been fantastic, right? No, it's debilitating magic. Oh, just to show that he's doing more damage. Okay. I don't care. I would have rather had a number counter for Spot. Yeah, Toya saw that. Yeah. Yeah, Valentine and War Duck both get the number counter, and that's just really nice. know why I don't know why we're using some of these speed champions when they're not, like, the Humon's just wrecking their effect anyway. All right, where's Eliwick at? We've got her up. So nice. Oh, because we have a fake card. With one fake card, we're capped. Nice. Well, let's get her there the natural way, shall we? Well, let's shuffle her deck. Draw a new card. Another counter on Fitness 4. It's for her, like, attack speed reduction stuff. That's better. Ooh, jeez. Okay, yeah. So we're a little off. So let's see if we have. We do. Give her one of these. Needs to hit 775. There it is. That should be it. It is. We're capped. Yay! We have a gem capped Eliwick, folks. That's wonderful. I'm glad we got there on this account. Now we just need to get Sentry to 419. Where's she at now? There she is. 375. 381. That's not going to change much. That didn't even hit. All right. How many gems? Not enough. Oh. We don't even care about Raceland chests because of the giveaway. All right. But yeah, so now we have a speed capped Diana, we have a gem capped Eliwick. We're almost to an item level capped Sentry, which once this slot 3 hit, once we would be able to get an epic on it, it would be speed capped. It'd then be at 100% chance to reduce every area. And so then it would just be dumping item levels into Humon until they were at 1172. Which for right now, because of this buff, they would have 30 more days of functionally being OP to try to earn that 1172, which, yeah, you would definitely get there. And then if this, we're not going to play this account really anymore, but you know, at that point, then you'd start dumping into Briv. Then I would start dropping into Briv, because then I would have all of the support speed champions capped, and so just generally would be generating the highest number of gems to start feeding into Briv, to try to get Briv to a 4 jump, and then I would stop at 4 jump, and then start distributing item levels everywhere else, like on to pushing champions and stuff. And so it's pretty cool that we hit kind of these markers. I mean, I know it was with giveaways, but that's the way it works sometimes. You take it if you get it. Yeah. Otherwise, it's slow and steady progress. Right? You just continually do slow and steady progress. But yeah, I think Monday we go back to the main account, because we've just been gem farming on this one for so long, just to see how long it would take. But because we're only really playing the game like 5 hours a day, we weren't making the progress that you would make normally. So it didn't feel very super realistic. And what we were really trying to do was, could we get all the way to tier 10? Could we just climb all the way through trials and beat tier 10? And we've done it. We have the damage here as a group. Everybody performed, including me. That's really what I was curious about, because we never really tried to march up through the trials tiers. On one account, we'd gotten to we'd completed a tier 6, and it looked like we could have just kept on going to tier 7, but I was like, man, we're done. So this time we went all the way to tier 10. So you can absolutely just climb right up in tier 10 as long as, you know, you do your trials run, you get your scales, you turn your scales into upgrades for legendaries. You do that every week. We just didn't do it this week because we were already at tier 10 and we already had enough damage. So Monday we will head back over to the main account. We will start in on our patron variant queue from the from sub gifts. Remember, we're doing all of this. So the gift sub incentives at the top right, we had a lot of people do the 5 gift subs at once. Pick a patron variant. Got us through, we now have over 100. We're on our way to 100, the 150 milestone on the left. Add an extra hour to the rest of the streams for the month. I might change the single cheer bits incentives. I had upped it a bit. I think we'll drop those down. Back to what I was kind of thinking of in the first place, which was like 1,000. Then I'm gonna have to change all the graph. Oh no. I'm like, I've got pictures all over the place and now they're not accurate. We want 1 hour less of streaming each day. Well, you can control that on your end. The only thing that I have to control on my end is adding more time. You can always reduce that on your end. The damage we would need here is to go to tier 4 is E322. We haven't built out a pushing formation yet. We're still just speeding along. Tomorrow we'll be playing Blueprints, though. I did install it already. After waiting hours for Baldur's Gate 3 to install, I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and pre-install everything that we're going to be playing soon. And I have a new Survivors like. Well, it's called an action roguelite. Is it a Survivors like? I don't know. Action roguelite that I want to play at some point too, which looks hilarious. I was given the code, so it's like, yeah. No, I looked at the game. They were like, "Do you want a code for this game?" And I was like, "You know what? You know what? I do." I do. I just don't know when we're gonna play. I need to add. Oh, I need to add it to the games list. Hold on, I can do that right now. I can do that right now. Added. Saw a thing from Eric yesterday that Without a Hitch is cleared 10,000 wish lists on Steam, which is not bad. Not bad. Oh, it looks like they've made that announcement over on Steam as well. You put in an extra hour, you get time and a half bits. No, it's not overtime. Not overtime. Isn't that kind of job? No one's giving me an hourly wage with overtime here. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Oh, hey, we got enough currency for a notary pop. What do we get? We got lucky for Azaka. Got lucky for Azaka. Entropy. Without a Hitch looks like a great game for people with friends, which explains why I'm here most nights. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't usually play the games with friends things anyway. I don't know. Like when I'm streaming, it's like getting like trying to get people's schedules coordinated to like stream games together is rough. And then when I'm not streaming, I'm usually playing like solo stuff. Like I just give me like a Survivor's like, or I'm working on stuff in Dune. Which Dune is a multiplayer game, but I still play it solo. So. Dragonlance Celebration Chest says Modron Chest. Yeah, I saw that. We opened that a little earlier. Okay, we need more damage. We need more damage. So. Go away familiars. Go away everybody here. Do I want to treat him like... I think I want to do it again. I think I just want to treat him like a... Like he's a... NPC. So rude, but like... Dude, your mechanics aren't enjoyable. Deal with it. Deal with it. Okay, so this is more what I like to do when I'm trying to move buffs around to make sure that they're going to end up where I want them to. Can't swap there. Can't swap, won't swap. There, we want that though. I kind of want that. Yeah, we're gonna do it like this. I think. Let's see how this looks. We do this. Move those around. Go there. Probably better than the other one, but it's okay. Eight. Signature smell. All right. How we looking? E61 Uggy buff. Yeah. E390 damage. Yeah. Yeah. That's way more than we needed. We only needed E322 to get to 1200, so. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's more what we like. What we like to see. It's tough because he offers nothing aside from the DPS role. Well, like I said, that's why I'm treating him like an NPC in the formation. He's an NPC escort. So, yeah. I don't need him to be anything else. No, we tried it high explosives. It didn't work very well. We just can't optimize well enough without Valentine. Yeah, the problem was we had Fizzban up here and Raceland down here, and it just created too many problems. With Valentine, it might have been possible. Without Valentine, it didn't look that way. I didn't try a Carlock formation. I should have, but I don't know. I wasn't super interested. Again, we're kind of on the last day. We're doing this just to see, like, how are we doing power wise, and we're fine. We're fine. How are you? We're fine down here. How are you? It's fine. Like, our progression is good. We cleared 1600 in a free play. Like, we know we've got power if we can use who we want to use. Yeah. Got a Dungeon Master bounce. Not worth it. Then you lose Lark. Right? And you'd have Dungeon Master. There's another escort. Dungeon Master may as well be an escort. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. Dungeon Master himself may as well be an escort. But yeah, we did a lot of progress on this account. We maxed a Modron core, our fast core, on a new player account for the first time. We've never played far enough to max a core, but we did this time. We got all the way to tier 10, and we're gonna beat it. We already have the damage. We already have the damn 45,000 is gonna destroy this. And I haven't even done today's run yet. We built out a good speed team, a good pushing team, and a good gem farm team. Like, all three of those are solid. We capped our Diana. We speed capped our Diana. We gem capped our Eliwick. We're close to speed. We're close to capping our Sentry. Human would have been up next after that, and it would have flown along with his current buff. So yeah, I mean, this worked well. Are there faster ways? I mean, if I had been playing, if I had the game going all the time, we'd have been way further than we are now. Ron asks, "Is Dungeon Master's Gold Find anything to write home about?" Not really. You don't using him to replace Makos. I mean, so Makos's Gold Find is only when Makos is killing. Dungeon Master's Gold Find is just general overall Gold Find. So in that sense, it's better than Makos, unless you were doing a Makos gold farming formation. Hey, me, my god. So yeah, I mean, it would be better if you can get it to trigger. It's going to be better than Makos, because Makos isn't really delivering. Like for gold, I mean, we chased in this formation. We chased some pretty solid options. So we were running Cathris in seat 1. I was doing Regis in seat 2. We had Mahen. Got Eric, Valentine, Egbert, Eliwick, Rust, and Baldric. And so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's somebody else? Who are we missing? Did I just never do a 10th? I'm like, did we really not have a 10th? Maybe I just never really looked for a 10th. Because it was pretty solid. I thought we had a 10th. I could have sworn it's somebody that was contributing. Normally I would have added Corazon to that. I just don't think I ever bothered to pick him up. Corazon would help Egbert. And Merowyn probably would have been a better, we were fine. We were good enough. I think it was just good enough, so we never put another person in. I don't remember Heliodra. We haven't gold farmed in a while. Honestly, I don't even remember. Daenerys is a debuff. But... Oh, you mean just stacks? Ooh. It's going to depend on... I guess it's going to depend on how everybody else does their gold find. Hey, Dizior. You'd have to test it. It's going to depend on how other people are stacking up their gold find. But there are a couple people here who would do stacks for gold. So it might actually increase it. One grumpy stack is worth it. Oh, that's true. We don't have a lot of item levels on the hand, but yeah, with enough item levels on the hand. Still, even one grumpy stack might be. Yeah. But Dinar was a recent rework, and I don't think we've done any gold farming since Dinar came out. I'm now really curious, like, who was I using? I really don't remember. It would have been in what? It would have been in 8, 9, or 6, 8, or 9. Might have just thrown Shandy in just so it moved faster. That might have been what I was doing. That's probably what I was doing. But yeah, I don't think we've done any gold farming, like serious gold farming, since Dinar came out. So he says, all in all, today's version of the game is incredible progression. Yes. Yes. Outrageous. Outrageous progression potential in terms of like the speed with which you can gain lots of power. Yeah, Regis was always just a filler because we had him and I didn't want to waste... early on, I didn't want to waste time gates on someone else. Like Merowyn would have been who I would have chased after to help with Egbert. And then Corazon, I would have added. That's what I usually do in my main account, or what I used to do on my main account. We haven't done anything there in a while either. Yeah. Yeah, we're using NPC Raceland, yes. He's just not. I mean, when we get the other Heroes of the Lance, he may be useful, but they definitely did not make him useful as a standalone champion. Definitely did not. Well, I wasn't even getting 7, so... I wasn't even getting 7. I was lucky if I had 1. It's just bad. I think everybody that's watched me for a while knows I don't like champions that are real finicky about positional formation abilities. I don't like playing with Artemis. I don't like playing with Warduke. I just don't. The only one that comes close is Valentine because she bounces them. Like I don't have to. I just have to worry about. I put her into redirect stuff. I'm not trying to like hyper optimize it. Yeah. Has somebody got him to E60? Well, but E60 is that like with 10,000 item models or something? I'm just curious if people have figured out ways to get him lots of stars. But yeah, it's just he's an NPC for the moment. I really feel like, again, hopefully Tasselhoff is next month's champion, just because I feel like Tasselhoff opens up a lot of potential based off the functionality that they've talked about for him. 3,000 antlers, okay. Sean had a formation on his stream. All right. Why would I be getting Corazon after Merowyn? So Egbert has a gold find bonus that increases based off the number of other of his affiliation in. So after getting Merowyn, I would have then just got Corazon because it's really the only other way to add more gold find to the formation. Got around 18 to 20. Okay. I don't want to play that game. I really don't want to play that game. And that's fine. There's, over 150 champions in the game. I don't have to play that game. Your problem here, I thought you said Hasselhoff. Yes. We were talking about this yesterday. When Tasselhoff arrives, somebody said, wow, I really hope they, I was like, I really, they mentioned, are we getting Kit? I was like, I really hope Tasselhoff arrives with a skin that's the Michael Knight Tasselhoff skin it's a skin and familiar feat pack and it has Kit as a familiar. That would be great. Had Larkin as my 10th for gold. I don't know why. I honestly, I have no idea why. I think it's just, it was like, well, whatever. I don't think any of the 10th goal find options are better than improving Egbert. Like what 10th? What? Here's the thing. What 10th options? So, Thriss, Dinar, Mahen, Eric, Valentine, then Egbert. I had Eliwick. You could have Astarion, either of these. Russ. And then I've been using Baldric instead of stacking Daub or Penelope. So the other options, this is an on-hit thing. This is some generic, I don't even think it's always on, is it? Hold on, let me pull him up. This is the problem. Yeah, he only gives gold find if he's not in the formation. So Dungeon Master is an unreliable gold find at best. Crawl is a debuff, so that doesn't count. Like we wouldn't be interested in that. So 1, 2, 3, like there's nothing here. This is only if he's killing and she doesn't actually give gold find. So there's literally no one else. There's no reliable always there gold find. Again, Dungeon Master is hit or miss. It's like if he's not in the formation, he provides gold find, but that isn't guaranteed. So I always just added Corazon because that was the only way that I could then get a bonus for Egbert's gold find. Right. Yeah. A tiefling for Mahen, call him grumpy. Maybe. I mean, that's another option. Yeah. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for build arounds that boost somebody else's stuff because there isn't a pure gold finder. Yeah. So we'd be looking in where were we? We were 6, 8, and 9. So maybe throwing Larkin. That might be why I had Larkin was as a tiefling for Mahen. That might be why we were using Lark. right? Something like that. You're looking for. I mean, you could have Makos in for that, technically. If it's buff and Mehen, like, you know, as long as you got Mehen and you need it for Mehen. Yeah. Well, but that's F-Bexel, that's a Makos gold farm. If you want to run a Makos gold farm, that's fine. I'm talking about my dirty gold farm. I don't do Makos farming. I did it back in the day. I did it year one. I don't want to do it anymore. It was enough in year one. And I did enough of Azaka gold farming over the years. I'm done. I just want a dirty gold farm. Dill, yeah, I would definitely gag. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, whatever gold farm team you're looking for, like, just look at who you would fill in. Like, how would you fill in that would give the best bonus? If you're doing a Makos gold farm, if you're doing a Zaka gold farm, you're just looking for the biggest bonuses. It's going to be different based on who you're focused around. Where are we going here? 1200. Do need to just remembered. Someone just replied, you haven't put Raceland's guide in the Reddit list. I have not, or on the wiki list. I need to do that right now. Wrestling Majer. Wait, no, it's Wrestling Majer. That was it. Wrestling Majer. It's the Midwest Raceland. I'm wrestling my chair. I also need Fleet's Wake to be the new 2026 version. I could post that, right? Yes. Excuse me. Yeah, Fleece Wake's updated. Broke the formatting for the guide somehow. Reddit, why? There. I forgot one space. A single space. Broke the format. Great. Appreciate it. No, the Midwest Raceland would be, his name would be Wrastlin Macher. Which is a wrestling joke. When I was growing up as a kid, wrestling was huge in the Midwest. But it was called wrestling. Everybody referred to it as wrestling, not wrestling. Yeah, Steam updated. Huh? Yeah. No? Is it? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Seems weird. Are you ready to run? No, that's under 3. Okay. I go here. Okay, it's... Yeah, okay. This whole, you know, everywhere gets its own formatting, and like we're not going to share our formatting with anyone. It's just so tiring. Yeah. Everyone has to have their own little walled garden. And it's like, no, you don't. You could just not. You could just not. That'd be cool. You know. Okay, your slate's really weak. I just want this section, alright. Yes. Did it? Nope. I was like, did it update right? Nope, it broke everything. Cool. Cool. Yeah, no, look, let's just go up here. Copy this whole section. Because apparently the copy paste I did was bad. Copy paste was the wrong thing. Still broken. What do I do? What's the... I don't see the problem. Yeah, I don't see the problem. Oh, no, yeah, I don't. The hell broke? I see it now. Wait, oh, that was always broken. No, okay, I see it. I see it. There it is. There it is. Took way too long. Okay. There's the update. There's the one we needed. Pulled one extra segment out that wasn't supposed to. It screwed everything up. That's better. Okay. Alright, all that's updated now. All that is updated now. How we doing? Here we go. 1200. Boom. Done. 4 tiers. 4 tiers for the variant 1. That's fine. These two just weren't gonna, those weren't gonna happen. To make sure we can do our day 4. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Oops. We're going 1075. Right. 10 miles elsewhere, events so much easier than other adventures. Their health scales differently. So their health, you know, health normally climbs in a regular campaign like this. In events, it's like this, so you can always go further faster. And also because but the gold scaling is still good. So yeah, they're made to more easily run through because it's for a limited period of time. Yeah. Saying same health scaling as time gates is the wrong way to explain that. I just want to be clear. Time gates are mini events. The time gates keep the same health scaling as events because a time gate is literally just taking pieces out of an event and doing it in a small minute, in an even more miniaturized form. You know, campaigns are the norm. Events then set the stage for anything that's related to events, which time gates are related to events in the sense that you're doing a miniature version of the event. So all of their health is the same, but campaigns are the same, and then you get to like Vecni for Bruno, and the health goes up even faster. So it's even harder to push deeper. Gale can cause Raceland to not damage himself 50% of the time. That seems like a unintended interaction. Let's put it that way. Well, again, events are meant to be easier to do because events were originally only 10 days long. And so rather than make it super difficult, they made it an easier, like you hop in, you get an event, it's super easy to do, everybody can do it. You get a lot of favor because you can push further than other places, right? And then time gates were created as a way to get, because originally, back in my day, you gotta think about how they built the blocks of this game up. Events like the campaign came first, Sword Coast, and then the first event dropped. But then after that event, there was no way to get gear for Stokey. Stokey was the very first event champion for a year. Whatever you had gotten lucky and got in that first event was what you had for a year until her event rolled around again. That was how the game was originally designed. So then they had to invent, and people were like, this isn't good. We don't like this. So they invented time gates. And it literally is you're going in a gate back in time to when that event happened, just for a short little thing. Yeah. Ways to travel through time. Meister's letting you to do it, but only for a short period of time. So, like that was the thing. And so since it was just literally letting you do basically the adventure unlock, the free play, it was 2 adventures and a free play back then. You didn't, man, I don't even know if the first one have a variant. The first one didn't have a variant to do. It was just 2 adventures and a free play initially. It was just kind of a mini way you could unlock the champion and get 3 gold chests for them. And some silvers, but nobody ever, I mean, the silvers have never really mattered. And when they updated it, they added a variant in because people were like, well, we can't do the achievements outside of the stuff. So they added a variant. So you did 3 time gates. You got the achievement too. It's all based around the fact that events were designed to be the 10 days long, and you wanted to get in and get completed stuff completed easily because you only had 10 days. So they made it easier. They made the health lower. D0's like, I'm happy I only started playing 3 years ago. Look, it was a vastly different game 8 years ago, right? It is, it has consistently gotten better. There's only one time where on the rise to better that it had a little dip, and now it's kind of like the stock market dip where it went like this. And that dip was Seasons came out and it did a real fast climb, and then Seasons went away and then it dropped back down, and then it turned around and it's come back, and then the turnaround, and it kind of leveled off, and then the turnaround was Events 2.0 and Tales of the Champions, and now it's going back up again. But Seasons almost made the game do this and end, so you know. Yeah. But, the game didn't have so many things that it has now, right? Like, the game didn't have patrons. The game didn't have, like, obviously, Trials of Mount Tiamat and Legendaries. I mean, you really were. I mean, when the game came out, you really were using the core 12 champions in Hitch, which meant at a certain point you might have been using Jamila DPS or Archon DPS, depending on how your luck from gold chests came as to who got epics, right? There was no gold farming back or gem farming back then. Like, that wasn't a thing. Because there weren't any speed champions. Well, Minsk had a speed effect, but it was bad, even compared to the one he has now, which isn't amazing. Maybe a Dragonlance is Idle Champion Swung Song? I don't think so. I mean, I definitely think it has the potential to bring a lot more players in. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was I wish I could. No. Wow. I haven't listened to that song in a while. I wish that the Trials and Forge rework had been out before now, right? So that these people coming in are seeing whatever the new version is that is then going to be hopefully a significant change, a significant positive change, right? Unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way, but that's, when you this is the downside of letting, updates slip. Justin said last year that he just kind of dropped the ball and let things slip, and then didn't get the stuff pitched and everything started in time, and so I don't know. I mean, maybe a taste of how bad. I don't think Trials is bad right now. I know people hate, people are always going to hate people that don't contribute, but I mean, we just did it, and I was like, eh. So we got to tier 9 and we didn't complete it the first time. I don't care. It didn't stop my progression any. I mean, so it was a road bump. Delayed getting to tier 10 by a week, but whatever. So I don't think the current trial system is bad per se. I just think it's not. I don't know. It's definitely not as good as it could be, but that can be said about lots of things about Idle Chain. Elitist Madman finally hit 2,500 for the first time last night. Congrats. Now you need a new goal. Hit 2,500 in Vecna Eve of Ruin. Like, did you hit 2,500 in an event or in a main campaign? Because those are two different things. So if it was in an event, now do it in a main campaign. If it was in a main campaign, now do it in Vecna Eve of Ruin. Oh yeah, Ron. No, I'm 100%. I'm 100% with that. Ron says, wish they could have found a way to make Raceland himself work a little independently, bringing new people or returning people in for this popular champion. Can't really do anything. It's a little unfortunate. Yes, it is. Well, F Bexel. I mean, you're. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what kind of qualifiers you're putting on those 3 people and the damage outputs. Like, I don't, you know. What happens if the rework is a total swing and a miss? I don't know. That's the pressure of game development, right? Nice story. Elarnus says, I spoke to some of those complainers this week. They perceive trials as something like a WoW raid. I don't see how that's even remotely the same, but sure. I just show up for I do what I did here. Look, I show up, I do my bit. I don't have to interact with any other people. I can't interact with any other people. I can't help them. I can't encourage them. I can't do anything. I just show up, do my bit, and then I go back to the rest of the stuff I'm doing. And if we complete it, we complete it. If not, we don't. So, But Raceland's abominable X-shape formation. Okay. Yeah, so then the next goal is to do it in a regular campaign. Yeah. So don't worry about Vecna. Vecna's super hard. But it's easier to hit 2500 in an event or a time gate, as we were just discussing. So doing a regular campaign would be the next like damage goal. Damage and survivability goal, basically. I'll pull you Batman. Hello, hello. How do you like Raceland? He's not any good right now. He needs it's clear he needs his affiliation. I mean, there's people that are, you know, eking some damage out of him, but it doesn't feel comparable to what you could get with like the fallbacks, which is the most recent full affiliation. But to be fair, like Kazran on her own wouldn't be very good either, right? So yeah, pre-start chat was good to choose a better team. They can't have chat in this game. They didn't moderate it. They didn't have any kind of way. The chat was in this game once, and it was a hellhole. Because there was no moderation, there was no accountability. People could just say whatever they wanted. It was bad. Well, but so you're assuming max assault party damage like the max Jarlaxle, and as we've seen, that's not even remotely possible early on, right? My Jarlaxle is not contributing. Did I send Jarlaxle? No, this is somebody else's Jarlaxle. Yeah. My Jarlaxle's garbage. So, yeah. So again, you're talking about like, a more developed account. C10 Jarlaxle, shut it. Craven, 70 steps across the quad. Getting there. Getting there. Brisson is from some older D books. Yeah, the Dragonlance books. Is he like the mage version of Dritz? Or not the... Yeah, for Dragonlance, he's the famous mage. Like for the book mage. Like he was the focus, it sounds like. I didn't read the Dragonlance books. I've got him on my wish list. Got the first trilogy on my wish list over on Throne. but he's like to a Dragonlance series what Drizzt was to the Drizzt, like to the Forgotten Realms series. Like there's other people in those places that have books about them, but they are the big super well-known names in each of those types of books here of like Dragonlance versus Forgotten Realms books. Folks, at the top of the hour, we're going to be rating Dev Insights. First Dev Insights they've had in a while. You can ask the devs questions. I have one. Rats again, thank you for 2 months with Prime. Much appreciated. My question came from watching a D&D video yesterday. Having sent Idle Champion seasons to live on a farm upstate, how does it feel to see D&D officially adopt the concept of seasons for how they release content now? I was like, that's a hilarious question to ask. I feel like I just want to see them go, ugh. And I want to go then go, what does living on a farm upstate mean? Like, if they don't know what that means, because they might not. They might not. We'll see. That's all I really care about. I have a feeling, there's going to be other people asking like balance questions and, all that kind of stuff. Oh, I got another one. Idea what the issue is with pressing what do we call these? Formation. A save formations hotkey if you have a Callmax group. And even if the game lag even if it's already the group that's loaded. Yeah. Okay. So that whole issue we're having when we're trying to hotkey a fallbacks group in and like the game freezes, I forgot about that. I forgot to put that in there.
You choose me?
We got it. How did a hype train trigger? How did a hype train trigger from just a single resub? What is Twitch? What are you smoking? Because I want some. Oh man, what is going on? What is going on? Just because it was you, yeah. They're like Rats-a-Cad sub, so of course we're gonna do that. All right, we need to put a pushing formation in. Ah, and I still didn't save this formation. Okay, this has to go like this. Oh, we're not gonna have Baldric? Oh no, that's a problem. We love Baldric. I want to do it like that. No, we gotta do it like this because we gotta put Tess in. Okay. See if this gives us what we need. You know, I should test this. No. Test. Yep. I just tried to load in the exact same formation and the game froze. And the game froze. Like I'm just gonna click 3 down here, which is the exact same formation. I'm not changing anything. Click. The game just freezes up. I didn't change anything. Yeah. Or have I completed Raceland's achievement yet? I didn't even bother trying. There's somebody that posted like a way to do it, and it requires like specific champions. Which, you know, obviously it would, but hockey game freezes things been happening to me too. It's got to be around the fallbacks. That's the only time it happens for me. Oh, you think it was King of Shadows? That's, well, because I always have King of Shadows in with the fallbacks. That might be true. That might be true. So hold on. If we now I need to know. We're gonna take the fallbacks out. There's no Uggy here at all. Nope. Nope. I'm hitting it. It's not freezing. Nope. Nope. It's the fallbacks. It's absolutely fallbacks. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. It's absolutely the fallbacks. Now, it could be an interaction between the fallbacks and King of Shadows. Not ruling that out. Yeah. Yeah, at this point, you have to try to get his achievement. Like, and some achievements are like that, but I don't. You don't have to get them right away. And it'll be easier when more of the Heroes of the Lance come out. Are there 4 tanks that only buff the row behind them and not the row they're in? Could be. I mean, Nile does that. You can make Gale do that. You can also do like buffing the group ahead. Like I think there's a lot of ways to do it. I think they just only found one. Plus they were, I think, you know, it's some formation layouts are going to be better than others for that too. Do I get the formation do I get the freeze if I use the change formations without using hotkey? I don't know what that means. How do you change formations without using a hotkey? Like if I just hit the button down here, this is still the same thing as hitting a hotkey. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm using a hotkey or if I'm using this button, it's the same effect. If I go high enough in Z levels, those freezes turn into crashes. The crash logs show a ton of memory errors. I don't know what to tell you, because I just tried it with just King of Shadows. I didn't have an issue. So maybe it's a King of Shadows with the fallbacks interaction. But Uggy isn't shifting, that's the thing. Uggy isn't going anywhere. Because this formation's already loaded. Yeah, let me try. Well, I guess, yeah, let me try to. If we take King of Shadows out, I save that as test too. I needed to. Oops, I needed to. Oh, we can just. Oh, you mean like load from here? Nope, that's still. It froze. It didn't freeze as bad. Didn't freeze as bad, but let's move it to a hotkey. Nope, there's still a freeze. It's not as bad. But it's definitely, there's definitely, King of Shadows is definitely affecting it. Yeah, that makes it worth. Okay, so I'm going to add in fallbacks, King of Shadows. Okay. Maybe that'll help him track it down. Yeah, Steve, it was doing that here too. It's just, you know, any attempt to load a formation, even if it's already there, screws it up. Dillaton asks if our newest champion needs a necromancer to restore justification for his afternoon dried fruit snack portioning. Would it be raising Raceland's raisin ration reason? Raising Raceland's raisin ration reason. I still think we need Raceland in like surfer outfit and have it called the California Raceland. There's a California Raisins reference. Then it would be a bard. He'd have to be like a bard surfer. I don't know. If I moved Augie a few more times now, the freeze would get worse? Really? I'm just moving him. I'm moving. 'Cause I like to move it. Yeah, it seems similar. I don't know. Where are we going? 1075. Yeah, we're fine. Tried to butt spike for Anson variant 3 to completely crash the game just from swapping Augie to Anson and back to Kazran 50 times. Oh, well. Oof. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that, but yeah, so something about moving Augie around plus having King of Shadows in. King of Shadows makes it worse. Let's see. Oh, I see Raceland brand. Oh no. That one got me, man, of Lear. I was not expecting that. I'm the one that was like, California Raisin. California Raisins joke, and I didn't even, I wasn't prepared for that one. Eric just started the game today. Was struggling with some weird tree boss. Yeah, with shields on its health bar. Yeah. So that's called an armored boss. So if it's got segmented health, which is the little breaks in the health, and then there's a shield over it, like that means it's armored. And so with that, you have to do a minimum amount of damage to remove a single segment. So you really have to have a formation that's doing a strong amount of damage and doing it quickly to get through it before it kills you. You also need to have a formation that's survivable, right? And not just like, well, I'm throwing in a bunch of squishy champions and then they get one shot, right? So there's some formation building that you need to work on, basically. You can head out. I linked in my guide, my new player reference. That's, basically it takes you from starting the game to being, closer to where this account is now, on the way to what this is. This is a new player account. And it may be that Esmeralda, you might need more favors so you can level your champions up more. You can do it with the champions you have. I know you can, because I've done it. I've done it. Also, if you want, like, there's a do that, yeah. So there's a free-to-play playthrough, the 2025/6 free-to-play playthrough is up. That's what this account was. Yeah. So there's advice in that guide. The guide is long. It's got a lot of stuff linked in it. You just need to start at the top and start working your way through. Kind of understand the stuff. Like there will be other guides linked to just kind of get an understanding of the game. The game's, deceptively deep. So when you run into issues like that, you just got to start trying to figure out how to optimize just for that. And really that's just, you just need a better formation building with the champions that you have. But you can do it with the champions you start with. If I had to hazard a guess, you may not have a tank in that's actually sharing their health and your people are just falling over. Is this account still under the place that your new player guide is going to? The place. I don't know what that means. I mean, this account is based off all the information. We have progressed further than what that guide references. But it got us on this path, right? Yeah, so you do have Briv at least, but you have too many DPS champions. Like Raceland and Jarlaxle are pure and Delinar are pure DPS champions. All three of them shouldn't be in your formation. So it's a formation building issue. There's a link in that guided tour to a Formations 101. And I would recommend reading that one to learn how to build a formation. Hey, look at that. Your 10k DPS contribution. We did it. Yay. I think, therefore I am. And I think we're basically done with this playthrough. I think we're basically done with this playthrough. But yeah, in that early on, you would want to build your formation around Ashara as your DPS, specifically to deal with that tree, which means like, You know, Jarlaxle isn't helping you. Raceland isn't helping you. Delana isn't helping you. Jarlaxle needs, or Shara needs to be in her potpourri spec. Like, everybody else needs to be buffing her. The way formation building, we got an ad break. I won't deal with it. No, it's the other way around. Yeah. The account is further than the guide. The guide only exists to get you into the mid game solidly, and it does that. We've progressed deeper into the mid game. Yeah. Because we updated that guide, what, like a few weeks back? Maybe two to 4 weeks ago? Oh god, yeah. When did I update that guide? Did I put a note on it? February 12th. Oh yeah, about a month ago almost. So we're 3+ weeks further in our progress. Well, I mean, you can keep Jarlaxle in, but they're not helping, right? Because they don't have a support buff, right? That's all I meant. That they're not helping. Yeah, you basically, by swapping out Spurt's a support champion. Nayeli is a tank when she's in her right hand specialization. That creates more health share for your party, and that keeps your party alive. Like, tanks exist to share their health with the party as a survivability feature. So when that tree thwaps you with its branch and hits the whole party, you know, you then have some health to try to live through that. But the way formation building works in this game is you want to choose who your DPS is that you're going to try to use to get through a situation, and then you build the party around supporting that DPS champion. So like Ashara would be more helpful as a DPS there because she shoots multiple attacks, which means you basically chop down the tree faster because it has all those little segments. Yeah. But that's a totally kind of expected and understood thing that's going to happen if you're on day one, right? That you're going to run into a situation where you're like, I'm trying to use all these new champions I got in this giveaway, and it's like, well, I get it, but they don't work that way. They don't do the giveaways. They don't necessarily do the giveaways in a way that's going to help you if you're brand new. They're just trying to give you a good selection of champions for your overall account, and they did that. But until you learn how everything works, you might have to be using other champions. Oh, we got more. We got more wrestling. I'm a chair chest. Getting Briv and Eliwick for free was nice. Yeah. I mean, Briv gets you a really solid tank early on, and Eliwick gets you more gems, right? That's nice. The Gale and Spurt are like, eh. I mean, Spurt was you were gonna get in Tales of the Champions anyway. I don't know why Gale was given out, but and then Raceland's just because that's the big name draw. Still want to have 2 DPS, but I know that isn't how it works. Yeah, it isn't. Not pure DPS.
Like Jarlaxle and Delina together, like, you know, I mean, at least Jarlaxle's providing some gold find, but if you were trying to beat Jarlaxle DPS and dealt like one of those is going to be better than the other, right? No, Elitist Madman, it's actually not. It's really not. Yeah, that's one of the strange things about the game now is chasing evergreens is actually kind of pointless because of the Tales of the Champions. The evergreens aren't helpful anymore. That used to be the way this worked. You know, you grab Dritz and you grab Dragonbait, or and Azaka and Dragonbait and Okoria and Rhea, and no. They're day one. Like, as soon as they can get into Tails, they go to Tails, and you just collect, and you just do the unlock adventures for all the champions. You don't worry about any of their variants. You just get them all. But you're going to need some favor to help, and so, like, actually doing Strong Hearts first is the best way to do it. Because Strongheart doesn't have any of those armored enemies to deal with, so you can push real deep in Strongheart's unlock adventure and get a bunch of favor, and then go do everybody else's. Unfortunately, you know, it's not laid out that way, right? So people come in here and they just start, and they start by trying to do like Esmeralda's. Well, you got to deal with an armored tree, right? It's better to probably not do this one and just come down here and do this one first. But you just do this and you push as far as possible, and then you might do it again to get some more favor. You don't bother with the variants, and then you go unlock everybody else on this row. And then you come down here and you grab Hank, and then you unlock everybody else on this row. Right? You'll have to pry Dragonbait out of my cold dead hands. Hey, look, Dragonbait. I still think you pick him up. Absolutely. He's not your first rush target. All those tails champs are. Unfortunately, he's really the only, like, we grabbed him and Azaka on this run, but honestly, he's the one that you want once you get to that point. But until then, it's really strange. Like, the early game is really strange now. Need a second DPS window, but that's not what we're talking about, J-Dog. We're talking about somebody who just started today. They don't need to know any of that. Context matters. You did a dismantle, I think is what you meant, on everyone that had pigments. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Then just replace everything. Yeah. But yeah, at least it was rough. Starting this new account was rough because everything was so different. It really upended. Tales of the Champions really upended how the early game kind of works, or should work. Like what the most efficient path through is. You can do whatever you want, play it however you want, but really diving straight into Tales is the way to go. The way to go. Oh, hey, we got the gems. Man, with this is legit. With Eliwick now capped, we're earning gems so fast, folks. So fast. It's so nice. Oh, Virgil feet. I mean, look at this. Right now, we're running 5x gems on this run. Yeah, our progression would speed up in terms of gem farming. It just sped up so much. Gotta love it. Too bad it's right as we're gonna stop playing. Monday, if you don't know, folks, Monday we will be back on the main account going forward. This account is getting shelved. It has served its purpose. I will be, we have we have beaten it. I mean, we have proved that we've progressed. We are in the highest tier of trials currently. We're throwing down 10k damage. Everybody else is good. We're gonna beat this. We are. Yeah. Wow. Truly. Yeah. So this is what I call a new player account. I just start these up at least once a year to get a better to stay in touch with what the start of the game looks like, and to inform any updates to the new player reference and to my guides. And so we did that. We took this one further than we've ever gone, simply because we were progressing so fast. We've never climbed all the way to tier 10 in trials. We've never maxed out a Modron core. We got a level 15 fast core. We've never done that before. And we proved you can get, without any extra randomness, you can get the full epic on your fast core at 15. Pretty straightforward. Like, it's all been pretty straightforward. The game is progressing well. Yeah, so there isn't really anything else to do on this account, so it's time to go back to the main account. And we've got variants in the queue from the for the progress tracker. We had 8 variants in the queue that people have requested via this our 200 guides March celebration. So gift sub incentives, 5 gift subs at once. We've had 8 people. Well, we've had eight of those pick a patron variants come through so far. So we're gonna head back over and do that kind of stuff. Starting Monday. Guess you won't be changing your general advice that new players should just open their chests? No, they should just open their chests. They absolutely should. After, one of the things we tested this time was, should we hold on to them till it's mathematically optimal? And oh, it was bad. It was so bad. Oh, interesting. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. Raceland's in a weird place. So if he's got a bug, I don't know that that's a big one, but it might be. Yeah. Not enough subs you can start an hour early. Not yet. But we only hit the 100 sub milestone yesterday. We hit that yesterday and did the giveaway. There's the rest of the month left. Like, this isn't about like a limited number of days. Like, where this celebration is going on all month. Whatever we hit by the end of the month is what we hit by the end of the month. We're up to hold on, let me where's my tracker? Easy read. We're at 125 new subs for the month. So 25 more and streams start an hour earlier for the rest of March, Yeah, a little too late for the giveaway. A little too late. That was yesterday. Oh no, I did not supercharge this at all. No, Brutalix. There was no way. We need to supercharge properly. You need lots of really good directed crosses. And as you can see, I've only got 3 down here that aren't used, and that's not going to be enough, right? So nothing got anywhere close to being supercharged. Yeah, 839. So you need 1,000. We didn't get anywhere close to 1,000. I think it's possible to get this one a little bit one step supercharged, but you need a lot of directed crosses to really get it a supercharge. That's long term. Yeah. Debilitating Magic is also broken. Wow. I mean, that would explain why he feels so weak, but it's still an issue with waiting for the Heroes of the Lance, it feels like. But Teohor says, spent most of the last 4 days just clearing Zerial variants to get a few chests and give Karlach a little bit of love. Feels never ending. Yeah, You just collect what you collect for Carlock. You don't have to grind it out. You know, if you're going to be doing aerial variants, it's for chests, right? That's really what it is. And the Carlock stuff is a bonus. But you kind of got to just figure out, once you're in the mid game, you got to figure out what's my, you know, where am I trying to head? What are the goals? Like one of the things we got here that we never got before is look at the progress here in patron perks. I mean, we're tier 9 with dabbling in 10 and 11, right? A little less. I mean, we did max out this one, but didn't quite get this one, right? And that's all from, and this, the bulk of this was from one variant we did. We did coasting to the finish, Wild Beyond the Wishlight, and it jumped us up multiple tiers of progress. But that took a lot of power on the account because it's a base area 1000 completion variant. So Mert then was 1100 and Zero was 1175, and we got there, but you know, so you know, wait. You gotta figure out what your progress is, and it wasn't worth trying that until we had a lot more power, right? And that's the way it is with a lot of, like, you know, trying to grind out patron balance and variants until you have a lot more power. Not always worth it. And you got to figure out what's the highest area goal you can complete with the patron restriction, and before any other restrictions come in, right? I need to fix the pipes on my speed core, but it seems like a lot of effort. I always just, when I go to do that, I just like hit clear, clear the whole thing out, and I start over based off whatever level I'm at, if I feel like it really needs to be redone. Which is what we did around level 13. At level 13, I cleared the whole thing and redid it, and it built the base of this, and then 14 and 15 were just easy additions. Unfortunately, most patron variants are so low that you get no perk progress. I mean, yeah, that's a function of just large numbers, right? Like you start hitting, you know, the amount of influence that you get is based off how far you're like what the area completion is. So, you know, to be efficient, you just want to go to the highest stuff possible. Once you've done that, the lower stuff is literally just a grind. I'm getting ready to raid. They have not started the stream yet. But we're going to be raiding CNE Games for Dev Insights, where you can ask the developer and designer developer of Idle Champions questions about the game. Just hold your questions until they show up on the screen. But that is about to start. At some point. They haven't done this in so long. They're probably like, how do we do this again? Yeah, but it's not on yet. It hasn't started yet. That was a preset time thing to go off at, like, you know, at the top of the hour, but they actually haven't started the stream yet. There it goes. There it goes. All right, we're on our way, folks. I'll see you over there. Give them the Yarwar. Give them the Yarwar. And we'll be back tomorrow with Blueprints, which is one of the sub-goal rewards. Oh no, it wasn't a sub-goal reward. It was a gift donation, gift subs rewards. So we'll be playing Blueprints all day. And we'll be back to Idle Champions on Monday. But you can also catch me on Saturday over on the CNE Games channel, where we're going right now. For the tutorial show, we'll be talking about Raceland and some of the other champions from Fleetswig. See you then. Bye, everybody.